If you could have one wish in the world, what would it be? Would you go somewhere you've never been, or would you meet somebody, or would you be somebody that you're not? The Make-A-Wish Foundation makes thousands of dreams come true every year, but these dreams are not granted to just anyone. The Make-A-Wish Foundation exists to grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions. The Make-A-Wish Foundation likes to bring joy and happiness and peace to the recipients, and words such as death and medical condition and termination is not used when talking to the recipients. The Make-A-Wish Foundation serves children from where we are today in the United States all the way to Puerto Rico. But there also is another one, Make-A-Wish International, who serves almost 50 different countries. So today I'd like to tell you how the foundation got started, the qualifications of a wish, the different types of wishes, and the funding behind the foundation. So, it all started out with a little boy who lived in Arizona who was diagnosed with leukemia. This was before the Make-A-Wish Foundation started, and he told his parents that the only thing he wanted to do before he died was to be a police officer for the day. So of course, his parents got on top of this and got in touch with the local PD. Local PD got on board with it and was like, yeah, let's make this happen. But before they could make it happen, this little boy passed away. His story spread across the U.S., and everyone was on board with coming up with something to make these wishes happen before they do pass away. So the parents, local people, a lot of police departments got together and they came up with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Their first donation was $15, and that was made by a local store manager. And by November of 1980, they received a tax-exempt status as a non-profit organization. And by the following spring, they raised $2,000 and was ready to grant their first wish. Now, as I said, there are some qualifications of being considered for a wish. Your age is probably the biggest limit. You have to be 2.5 years old and at most 18 years old at time of your referral. Referrals are usually made by the child himself, your parents, or your doctor. Also, your doctor has to confirm to the foundation that you are suffering from a life-threatening medical condition. So as I said for you before, what would you do? Would you go meet somebody? Would you go to the beach? Or would you be somebody that you're not, such as the little boy who wanted to be a police officer? Nearly all wishes fall into the category of to go, to meet, or to be. That's what the foundation uses to shuffle through the wishes that they're going to grant. The most common is to travel. Of course, little kids always dream of going to Disney World, so that's like the main one. Another one is to go on a cruise. If you're 18 years old and you're not into Disney World, you go somewhere you've never been. Or as I said, be someone who you're not. Be a police officer, be a doctor for a day, be a teacher. Just what you want to be if you know you're not going to reach that age. So my personal thing with how I know about Make-A-Wish Foundation is because of this boy. He's my cousin, and he's only a month older than me. And he passed away from muscular dystrophy when I was a sophomore in high school, so he was also a sophomore, and he passed away. But before he did, he was granted a wish in 2007, so he was around 10 years old. I don't think, he's in a chair in all these pictures, but he was confined to a wheelchair. And he got to go to the NASCAR race and got to meet Dale Earnhardt Jr., which was his favorite. So that's sort of how I got to know of it, because this is like my best friend when I was growing up. So I just think it's awesome what the foundation does, because what little kid doesn't want to do just like one dream. So I just think the foundation is just awesome in general. Like what they do is just amazing to me. According to wishingfoundation.com, an average wish costs up to $6,000 to $7,000. So that's a lot of money just for one person, and for the amount of people they do serve, that adds up a lot. So where does the money come from? According to Classroom, www.synonym.com, all money comes from private donations and corporate sponsorships. The foundation also benefits from frequent flyer mileage points that you get if you fly a lot or if you stay in a hotel a lot. You know, they do the whole point system, and part of that money also goes to the foundation. I remember when I was in middle school, they'd come around with the little plastic buckets that you'd put a quarter in if you had it. And so also schools raise money for Make-A-Wish Foundation. They do not receive any kind of government funding. Everything is through just stuff that local people give and what I mentioned before, and they do not telemark. You're not going to get a call from the random number that calls you every day. Or the people who knock on their door asking for money, they don't do that either. So it all just comes from local people or corporate things. So according to wish.org, in the year of 2017 alone, Make-A-Wish Foundation granted 15,300 wishes. On average, that's one every 34 minutes. But with every person that got their wish, more than likely another person was diagnosed with potentially being eligible for a wish. A little kid who definitely wants the wish. So I hope today that I have informed you of how the foundation got started, the qualifications of a wish, the different types of wishes, and how it is funded. Make-A-Wish Foundation remains committed to a vision of granting every eligible kid with the wish that they want, because wishes make very sick kids feel better, and sometimes when they feel better, they get better.
What's your question?
Do you see yourself contributing to the Make-A-Wish Foundation in the future, or now?
Yeah, I already do. Mostly, I was obviously inspired because it's my cousin, but like I said, in general, it's just awesome because I know, as being his cousin, I just thought it was just amazing. He got to go do this, so I know if I contribute to it, then a lot of other kids and a lot of other families will have the moment that we did when he got his wish granted.
That's good too, and